Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It's the shocking twist no one saw coming. The fairy tale romance that once had fans of Sister Wives swooning has come to a devastating end. Christine Brown and David Woolley, the couple once hailed as the ultimate redemption story after Christine's dramatic split from Kody Brown, have reportedly called it quits, and the details surrounding their heartbreaking divorce have left even the most loyal fans speechless. What started as a love story filled with laughter, road trips, and endless smiles has now turned into a haunting reminder that even the happiest Instagram posts can hide the deepest pain. Sources close to the family claim that cracks in Christine and David's relationship began surfacing months ago, long before the public suspected trouble, and that the couple's once inseparable bond quietly started unraveling under the weight of fame, family pressure, and private battles that no one outside their circle truly saw coming. Christine, who proudly declared she'd finally found the love of her life after decades in a plural marriage, is now said to be emotionally shattered as she faces life without David, the man she once believed was her soulmate. At first glance, the couple's love seemed invincible. After all, Christine spent years trapped in a complicated dynamic with Kody Brown, fighting for attention and affection in a family that often left her feeling invisible. When she met David Woolley, the widowed construction business owner who brought light back into her life, fans celebrated as Christine finally found her happily ever after. They posted adorable selfies, took romantic getaways, and publicly gushed over each other on social media. But behind those smiles, a much different reality was unfolding. Friends of the couple have revealed that while Christine loved the stability David offered, she struggled to adjust to a traditional monogamous relationship after years in plural marriage. Meanwhile, David reportedly found it difficult to handle Christine's fame and the constant spotlight that came with being linked to one of TLC's most recognizable faces. In private, insiders say arguments over money, lifestyle differences, and Christine's ongoing connection to the Brown family, especially her friendship with Janelle and her occasional communication with Kody, caused growing tension. David wanted a quiet life, one source explained. But Christine was still very much part of the Sister Wives world. She was filming, posting, promoting, and constantly in the headlines. It overwhelmed him. Another insider revealed that David, who initially supported Christine's newfound independence, began feeling like an extra character in her show, rather than her partner in real life. Their love story, once a beacon of hope for fans who watched Christine suffer through heartbreak on national television, slowly began to crumble under the pressure of expectations. As time went on, those closest to Christine noticed subtle signs of distress. Her once bright and bubbly social media posts started to carry undertones of sadness. She shared cryptic quotes about change, healing, and starting over, which many dismissed at the time as typical influencer content. But now, in light of their split, those messages seem to have been silent cries for help. Meanwhile, David's presence on her social media gradually faded. Gone were the couple's matching smiles, shared adventures, and cozy family moments. In their place came solo selfies, inspirational captions, and quiet weekends spent with her children and grandchildren, notably without David in sight. Fans began to speculate, but Christine stayed silent, trying to protect the image of the perfect love story she had worked so hard to build after leaving Kody. Behind the scenes, however, the situation reportedly became unbearable. Christine, a woman who had rebuilt her life from the ashes of spiritual neglect, was once again facing the reality of a broken relationship. Friends say she tried everything to save her marriage: counseling, time apart, and even refocusing on her business ventures to find peace. But in the end, the emotional distance between her and David became too vast to bridge. They loved each other deeply, a close source shared, but love wasn't enough this time. Christine has been through so much that she couldn't bear to lose herself again in another relationship. The official confirmation of their divorce came as a thunderclap to the Sister Wives community. TLC fans who had watched Christine's journey for years flooded her comment sections with messages of support and disbelief. Many couldn't comprehend how the woman who had become the poster child for starting over could now be facing yet another heartbreak. But insiders insist that this split, painful as it is, marks a moment of growth rather than defeat. Christine, they say, is determined not to let this setback define her. She's heartbroken, but she's also strong. One confidant explained. This time, she knows her worth. She's not the same woman who cried alone while Cody ignored her. She's a survivor, and she'll rise again. David, for his part, has reportedly withdrawn from public view, focusing on his business and spending time with his own family. While some fans have accused him of giving up too easily, others believe the split was mutual, a painful but necessary decision for two people whose lives were heading in different directions. Those close to him claim he still has deep respect for Christine and wishes her the best, but he simply couldn't handle the demands of living in the public eye. David isn't a reality TV person, a source close to him explained. He didn't sign up for the spotlight. He just wanted love, normalcy, and peace, but life with Christine meant cameras, headlines, and constant speculation. It was too much. What makes this breakup particularly painful for fans is how much hope Christine and David had symbolized. Their union seemed to prove that there was life after Cody Brown, that even after decades of sharing a husband, Christine could find the kind of devoted, romantic relationship she'd always wanted. Their engagement, wedding, and blended family adventures were celebrated by millions. Christine called David her king, and he affectionately referred to her as my queen. Together, they appeared to have written a new chapter of love, one free from polygamy's shadow. And yet, as this divorce proves, even the brightest fairy tales can fade when reality intervenes. Still, the question remains, what went wrong? Some insiders hint at jealousy, not of Cody, but of Christine's independence. After years of emotional neglect, Christine built a thriving brand of self-empowerment. She became a businesswoman, influencer, and symbol of female liberation within the Sister Wives fandom. David reportedly admired that strength at first, but later struggled to feel included. Christine was always busy, one source said. Her energy was focused on her projects, her kids, her fans. David started to feel like he came second to her mission. Others, however, say that Christine's unresolved trauma from her time with Cody created emotional walls she couldn't fully let down, even with someone who loved her deeply. Now, with her fairy tale seemingly shattered, Christine is facing her next chapter with a mixture of sorrow and resolve. She's reportedly moved out of the Utah home she shared with David and has been spending time near her daughters in Utah and North Carolina. TLC insiders suggest that her heartbreak will likely become a major storyline in the upcoming season of Sister Wives, with cameras already rumored to be capturing her emotional recovery. Christine has always been open about her journey, a production insider revealed. She knows that sharing her truth helps others, and while this is one of the hardest moments of her life, she wants fans to know that healing is possible, even after heartbreak. Social media has become a haven for Christine during this dark time. Her latest posts feature messages about resilience and rediscovering joy. Sometimes endings are just beginnings in disguise. One of her captions read, sparking waves of emotional comments from fans who know she's referring to David. Many praised her for her strength, calling her an inspiration for women everywhere who've had to start over, again and again. Others expressed hope that, despite the pain, Christine will one day find love that lasts. You deserve the world, Christine, one fan wrote. Never settle for less than the happiness you give others. For now, Christine is focusing on herself and her family. She's leaning on her daughters, especially Aspen and Michaelty, who have reportedly been her rock through the breakup. Janelle Brown, her longtime friend and former sister wife, has also been a pillar of support, encouraging Christine to stay strong and reminding her that her worth doesn't depend on any man, not Cody, and not David. In fact, sources say the two women have grown even closer in the aftermath of Christine's heartbreak, with plans to collaborate on new projects together in 2025. As for Cody Brown, insiders say he's aware of the situation but hasn't reached out. Cody feels vindicated in some strange way, one insider claimed. He thinks Christine rushed into this relationship to prove something. But deep down, he also knows she deserved better than what she got from him, and that's a bitter pill to swallow. Meanwhile, Robin Brown, Cody's remaining wife, reportedly offered sympathy but kept her distance, knowing how complicated the emotional history between all of them remains. Ultimately, the end of Christine and David's marriage is more than just a celebrity split. It's the heartbreaking conclusion of a story that once gave so many people hope. For years, viewers rooted for Christine to find peace, happiness, and love after Cody's cold indifference. When she finally did, it felt like justice, a symbol that good people can find joy after years of pain. Now, as she picks up the pieces again, Christine's story reminds us that healing is rarely linear. Sometimes, even after we think we've found our forever, life forces us to start over once more. But if anyone can turn heartbreak into empowerment, it's Christine Brown. She's done it before, and fans have no doubt she'll rise again, stronger, wiser, and even more determined to write her own happy ending. Because even though this fairy tale has ended, Christine's story is far from over. It's only just beginning. In the weeks following the shocking divorce announcement, Christine Brown's world has shifted dramatically, yet somehow, she continues to radiate the quiet strength that has defined her journey since leaving Cody Brown. Fans have watched her move through heartbreak before, but this time feels different. Heavier, more real, and more private. While Christine hasn't officially spoken about the split in detail, her silence speaks volumes. Gone are the cheerful cooking videos with David, the shared jokes, and the romantic captions. In their place are reflective moments, glimpses of solitude, and the unmistakable resilience of a woman refusing to let heartbreak destroy her spirit. Friends close to her describe her as grieving but grounded, saying she's spending a lot of time outdoors, meditating, and focusing on her grandchildren. She reportedly told a close friend that while she feels broken right now, she refuses to go back to being the woman who once stayed quiet to keep others comfortable. "I've learned how to be my own peace," she reportedly said. "And no one can take that away again." Those words alone show just how far Christine has come, from being emotionally neglected in a plural marriage to learning to love and lose on her own terms. Meanwhile, the Sister Wives fandom remains ablaze with speculation about what went wrong. Some blame the stress of Christine's ongoing fame, while others think distance and personal growth simply pulled them apart. There are even whispers that TLC producers were quietly concerned that Christine's fairy tale with David had started to overshadow the show's original premise, the fallout of the Brown family's fractured polygamous experiment. Insiders claim producers were caught off guard by the divorce, but are already planning to make it a central storyline next season, framing Christine's heartbreak as part of her second rebirth. And while that might sound like television opportunism, those who know Christine say she's using the cameras as therapy, choosing to control her narrative rather than let tabloids twist it for her. She reportedly told producers she wanted to show the truth about healing when the fairy tale doesn't last, hoping her story could encourage other women to see that strength often comes from letting go rather than holding on. Still, the emotional toll is undeniable. Friends say Christine has cried more in the last month than she has in years, not just for the loss of David, but for the dream that died with him. She truly believed this was her forever love, the man who would finally show her what lifelong partnership meant. Yet even amid the pain, Christine's natural optimism shines through. She's already planning a fresh start in 2026, a new home, a new project, and possibly even a memoir about her journey from sister wife to single woman twice over. As one insider put it, Christine doesn't stay down for long. Every ending in her life has become a doorway to something better. And maybe that's what makes her story so powerful. She keeps walking through those doorways, even when her heart is shattered. Because Christine Brown may have lost her fairy tale, but she's never lost her faith in new beginnings.